Everybody, this is Mo Malik, and if you're not subscribed to CCP Podcasting, you should probably do that right now. No, like right now. Still haven't done it? No, but right now. No, click the button. Now.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome to Beyond the Bell Live. I am Chris Page. That is the sexiest man in the Netherlands. He is just a sexy goth.
Sexy goth.
And this is another fantastic, thrilling episode of what's slowly becoming one of my favorite shows to sit down and do. These Beyond the Bells. They have really turned us on to so many different people in so many parts of the world, so many different companies. It's thrilling to see that independent wrestling is on fire in such a positive way, literally everywhere. And I think you and I and the rest of our co-hosts on the channel will be the guys that would know a lot about that, considering we watch a lot of wrestling on a weekly basis. Goth, how the hell are you, sir?
I'm doing good. It just feels like we've only seen each other for a couple of hours now, and I've already started to miss you. So I'm glad to be back, and I think we got a good show for today.
I think we do as well, and I know that I am one that is usually missed. I appreciate that. Today, our guests, guys, we're going to jump into it. We came across the African Wrestling Association the same way we do with so many other of our products, and it's really stumbling into it on YouTube. Just YouTube saying, "Hey guys, you should watch this," and we say, "Okay, bet, let's put it on a stream," and here we go. We had the pleasure of sitting down and talking to Johnny Palazzio a couple months back, and the product that they've got going on is really good. It's fantastic for the market for sure. We had the opportunity to stream one of the last live shows that they did, and on that program, not only did our guest today win the Cruiserweight Championship, we had fantastic showings on our Down the Rabbit Hole with him, and he was one of the guys that was on our list. Like, we want to talk to him. But if the time comes, we get an opportunity, we're going to knock it out of the park. We're going to do it. That opportunity is today, Goth. We've got the Cruiserweight Champion from the AWA, the one and only Mr. Jay Cooper. How are you, sir? Welcome to Beyond the Bell.
Thank you for having me today. Chris, Goth, good to see you. All the way from
Same
South
to you,
Africa.
sir.
Thank you for having me.
No, man, the pleasure's all ours.
How you guys doing?
I'm great. It's been a busy Saturday. It's going to be a busier Saturday as we progress throughout our day here in the States, but it's fantastic to be able to sit down with you and kind of pick your brain a little bit because, again, we get to see such great wrestling from all over the world, and we dive into it on so many different levels. And we stumbled across the AWA, got a really good reaction from you guys just from watching your stuff, and ended up being able to talk to Johnny Palazzio, really good relationship with him. And I hit him up last week, and I said, might have been last week. And I was like, hey, man, I really want to circle back around and get some more, publicity on what you guys got going on. Like, who could I reach out to? And within minutes, he hits me back, and he's like, I got you, Jake. I said, son of a bitch, tell him to hit me up. And here we are, my man. I tell you, first of all, shout out to everybody in chat. I see you, UK Paul. I see you, Max. If you guys have any questions, you got anything you want to relay, you want to ask, go ahead and ask them in chat. We'll work it into the conversation as we go, and we'll try and make sure that we leave no stone unturned for you here live on Twitch. And if you're joining us over on YouTube, you should probably catch us here because this is where you're going to see a lot of the stuff live and in living color. Let's jump in now that all the bullshit is out of the way. Sir, I like to always start these off with the very simple, fundamental question of professional wrestling. How did you fall in love with it? What hooked you as a child, or what led into your fandom before you decided that, hey, this is something I want to do?
The question, as they say. Now, so being a 30-year-old man, I think when I first fell in love with wrestling, it was something you fall in love with as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
And I just think through the years, it was just something I could never let go of. growing up, you were watching, the WWE, well, AWF at the time, I think between 2004, 2006, on our televisions that we had here. But I think I was actually going through my old Facebook timeline, and I remember 2011. A 17-year-old Jay Cooper still, he had made a status, and he said, AWA is going to get a new talent prospect. And I didn't show up for another 3 years. So the wrestling bug kind of got me, or what gave me the courage to go through and start training was I was actually in college at the time. And another buddy of mine kind of had this competition of whether we should go to training or not. And I ended up winning. Ended up going to my first training. I think that was in February 2014. Okay. And I just haven't left. I love wrestling. I love everything about it. The psychology, the ring work, what you put out there, the storytelling, the characters. It's just something I never ever let go of as a kid, and I'm glad that I pursued it. I mean, Cruiserweight Champion today.
Yes, sir.
Blessed to be.
Yes, sir. And there's a lot that comes along with trying to get into this and figuring out what you want to do and how you want to get there. For you guys, after talking with Johnny, like here in the States, the market's fucking huge. Like there's 9,000 training facilities within a state, really. And that may not be and isn't necessarily the case with a lot of guys and a lot of girls that we've talked to across the world. What was, when you decided that I want to try and pursue this, what was the process like for you to get your foot in the door at the AWA? Or I guess, how did you stumble across, is this somewhere that I want to go and get into school? What were the options like, I guess is probably the better question.
Okay, so obviously the market isn't as huge as it is over there. So how it went down was, obviously I reached out to Sean, because Sean and Johnny Palazzio were the two names from back then that you could remember, and they created all the memorable moments. So how it started out was I just sent a message to Sean. I mean, I was doing my studies back in the day. I was doing my first job. I think I was working at a gym at the time. And I just messaged Sean. Sean gave me he was very warm. He sent me location to come through to give it a tryout, do the basic trainings, like, your roles, your basic drills, that will,
yeah.
It's unbelievable. To do the basic drills, and I guess it was just from there, in a lot of sports and in a lot of things that you do, you have to be quite coachable, and it will stick with you if you are coachable, if you are willing to learn. And I guess that's how I got into it, or how it came about, because there's not many schools, or the market isn't really huge here in Cape Town per se. Yeah, it was just hitting up Sean, and I guess it was just from my memory, from knowing that I was watching AWF from back in the day, and I just shot for the moon.
And off to the races you go. Goff, let me come around to you about the early days
just like that
of Mr. Jay Cooper.
Well, it's just great to see how we use nowadays. We hear a lot of stories about how young wrestlers get into the profession, and when I hear you, how young you were, wanting already to warn the world that you were going to be in the AWA or AWF at that point, is amazing to hear. How long did it take for you before you got where you felt comfortable with doing certain training drills, like you were mentioning? And what was the first thing that you got under your belt, or so to say? What was the thing that you got issues with, or took a long time before you got it worked out?
Oh, that's okay. I can answer that. So 2000, I think it was between 2014 and 2015. Another wrestling AWA, big guy, Mike Zander, we came up together, and we when we were doing some road shows, that's where you can kind of cut your teeth and kind of learn and know what you're doing, make mistakes here and there before you actually do the big shows. That's where I kind of was testing the waters per se. I think I had my first singles in 2016 against I think it was either Johnny or Mad Jack Maverick at the time. And when you go through those curtains and you're hitting it's very hard to stay cool. Try to remain level-headed to know what's going to go down and all of that type of thing. And I had my own, how do you say, my own brick wall, my own glass ceiling at the time that just didn't, that I couldn't break through. And it actually got me for a good couple of years. I'd say 1 or 2 years after that. And then, if I may, I kind of went down in a bit of a slump, So I took a bit of a hiatus from wrestling for, I think, about a year or two. And as I came back, you kind of come with a fresh mind, new motivation, and things like that. And as I came back, the drills just kind of clicked, became easier. The moves or the ideas, understanding ring psychology just came easier to me. And I think that's why you can see, if you watch my past footage, I'd say from between 2015, 2017, you will know what I'm talking about. And then as from about, I'd say 2 years ago, something just clicked. I have no idea what it was, but something just clicked. And then from them, people, I guess, were just starting to take notice because they could feel that I was getting their understanding. I was able to reach out and connect or get the game, basically, So in my own sense, I kind of shattered my own glass ceiling in that sense. But yeah, what more can I say?
I listen. I remember my first time out through the curtain. I was 17. I tripped over the stairs and the ring ropes at the same time.
There we go.
And it was not intentional. I enjoy, and guys here on the channel, they hear that story all the time, but I tell it because if you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't really laugh at anybody else, right?
100%.
And it wasn't the last time that it fucking happened. It happened a couple of times, but
100%.
it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how it was for you when you got ready to walk through that curtain. For me, I was a ball full of nerves.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do? What if I mess up? How am I? Just every little detail of psyching your own self out is exactly what transpired.
Yeah.
And then it just deer in headlights, tripped over the stairs, tried to play that off like it was a thing, but then the rope happened and that was it. It was over. We weren't coming back from that. It was the worst debut I've ever experienced, and but I had fun with it after the fact. I used to.
That's fun.
I trolled myself every time I came back to that city. I would do the same thing. I made it a thing. As you're going through training, you're working with Palazzio, you're working with Sean, you're getting some of the stuff with the AWA. What was the character development like when you were trying to put together, who is Jay Cooper inside the ring? Like what's that process look like for you, and how was that creating, or how did you utilize your creativity to, build the Jay Cooper persona and build the character?
So the Jay Cooper persona, the C4 Mystic Spurs persona is actually relatively new. I'd say again, ever since I broke through that glass ceiling per se, the past, say, 2 years, 2 and a bit years. Before, it was a lot of experimentation with different things. I grew my hair out, long, like a Shawn Michaels type of all the way down the head type of thing. I tried to do a basketball gimmick. I tried to do this cartoon type of gimmick. I tried many things, many things that didn't really stick, because the one thing I know here in Cape Town or South Africa, it's always about relatability, something that the people here can relate to. One of our newest guys, Jan Diskapur, when he came out, he just clicked with the crowd immediately because everyone could relate to him. And in my case, I could never really get that connection because I didn't really know. I could do the moves, I could do certain things, but I just didn't know what I could do to connect with the audience. So one day when we were doing our bio pages for the website that they were busy with and all of that, they wanted to know names of moves and that type of thing. And originally I was going for a running knee that I was trying to test out at the time, and they needed a name, and I had no idea what to call it. I was on the spot, and what came to mind was just C4 per se,
Mm-hmm.
And then when I spat that out, I kind of took it literally or literal, and I tried to morph those two letters into something that it could be, and that's where the Mr. Explosive comes. That's where I could be more eccentric in the ring, more exciting, so people could understand that through a word. So now when I come out to the ring, when it goes with the music, I give the bang, or when I do the pose, or when I do certain moves and hype up, they know where it comes from. So in that own sense, it kind of creates a sense of relatability, and I mean it's been working. All that I had to take was something like that and a new pair of tights, and it's been going off since then, and I'm really happy that people could latch on to that.
Goth, let me come around to you, sir. Go ahead.
So you're actually saying that you're with the whole C4 characters just from the last 2 years. So you can tell, you can see that your everything is growing, everything you feel more comfortable with inside the ring. What is at this point from the last 2 years one of the things that you feel like that was a match or that was a thing that you feel like that's set you apart from everybody else? Because there's a lot of what I've at least seen from the past shows that we've done from the AWA. There's plenty of cruiserweights, plenty of big powerful men, plenty of interesting characters. So to see. So what's the moment that you feel like, okay, this is my moment that I set myself apart from everybody else?
I can actually say that there was 2 moments. Before
let's go.
I really tried out the Mystic Explosive.
I'm ready for it.
Before I tried the Mystic Explosive thing, there was no character to Jay Cooper just before, because I didn't know what I was going to do, and I mean, I could do the babyface thing, but I never really tried out the heel thing. So I went in a triple threat match against Werner the Wolf Pretorius and Wilfred McFish, and we were just going at it, and I was playing this I don't even know, just like this bad guy, like this, I wouldn't even say like a street thug or something, but just an ass, I mean, it was working, it was an ass. I'm like, I'm like, wow, I should be a heel, I mean, this is much easier than being a babyface. So I'm like, no, okay. And where I'm going to with this is that people started noticing the moveset that I could do when I was more eccentric, that they would take note of that. And that's when that kind of falls in with the C4, with the name of the finishing move at the time. I was thinking about that moment exactly. Because, I mean, if I can bring that through as a babyface, then maybe I can form this complete character. And then, secondly, was when I realized the moveset that I do is very old school / new school. I mean, I think I'm only one, maybe two of the gents that still do, like, I'd say drop kicks or maybe like headmares, like, the old school headmare and that type of thing. And I think where it really, really connected was actually very, very recently. Actually, almost a year ago today, when I first faced Mr. Money at Battle for Glory. That's the next show that's coming up. When we just fed off one another, and I didn't need to think about it. It was just 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was just going from doing a forearm into the corner, and for some reason switching it into a type of Pele kick. The fact that I get whipped into the corner, and the next thing you know, I'm doing a moonsault, and I'm like, I've never done a moonsault before, but here we go, and we're going.
Yeah.
And then I just realized those are like things that I could do, moves that a lot of the moves that the guys don't do. And I guess that's what sets it apart as well. But I also feel as we go from show to show, you kind of learn where you can improve and where you can incorporate certain things. And all I can say to end that off is, watch this space. Some new things coming soon as well. I'm excited.
Don't tease
Me
me.
too.
Don't tease me with a good time. Don't do that now. Shout out Johnny. I think Mr. Palazzio's in chat now. Appreciate you, bud. You mentioned Mr. Money, and I don't want to get too far ahead of where I'm going, but I feel like you guys have kind of ran parallel with each other. You just talked about how you squared off with him a little over a year ago. You squared off with him not too long ago with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line, and
Yes, sir.
we had the distinct pleasure of being able to sit down and watch that live as it was happening on AWA's YouTube page.
Thank you.
And lo and behold, some bitch, Jay Cooper, starts off hot. I think this thing's going to end in 3 seconds, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you guys
I
go
was
on.
hoping, you know.
You definitely tried. I got to give you A for effort there. But before we get into the title win, what's the story like between you and Mr. Money? Because again, it just seems like that could be that there's parallels there between you two being opposite
Yeah.
each other in big time fights, big time feels.
I think just first being all the hard work being put in and all the grinding, the gritting of your teeth, trying to get noticed, and to be thrown into that cruiserweight title run was a big blessing, I'd say. And I mean, last year I think we faced off each other 3 times: 1 singles, 1 triple threat, and then the title match. So I think we just had some good chemistry. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but when it came to me and Money, we just had something to prove. Or I had something to prove, you know.
Well, yeah.
Because when I first faced Mr. Money, I thought he's a veteran. He's a veteran. I'd say he's been there like as long as Johnny, maybe just a little bit shorter than Johnny. And I mean, when you go up against a vet like that knows what he's doing, you kind of want to be very respectful. You want to be thankful that you get to be and share the ring with him. But I had something to prove, you know. As a young gun, I had something to prove, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to have it against Mr. Money and to have 3 matches with him. And in that final match, getting the opportunity and manage to score the 1, 2, 3, nothing but a blessing. But in the future, I hope we get to square off again. There's a lot more to tell there. I mean, I do know he's having a bit of beef with Romeo at the moment. Big talent, huge talent, Romeo.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But now they got some grudge thing going on there, and I'm excited to see what happens. There will be blood, brother, and I can't wait to see what happens there. Good luck. And whoever wins between those two, I mean, Jay Cooper is ready and waiting. You know, bring it.
You got to think that there's got to be a contendership here at some point. You know that that match was fantastic. First and foremost, I know I lost my shit because I wasn't expecting a title change. I was expecting some fuckery and some bullshit, and then when the run-in happened, I went, "Oh, here we go." But then I went, "No, wait a second here," and the 3 count takes place, and I lose my mind live on stream in front of like 200 fucking people, and I was like, "Sorry guys, not really." But I get so, and I say that because I get so drawn in to what you guys are doing because I'm emotionally invested in it at this point. You know, and that's what you look for. You know, for me, if I'm, in ring, if I was still in ring, I'm looking to see who can I get to connect with my product, connect with what we're doing, and get invested into it. So really, it's a testament to what you guys are doing. Even with Mr. Money, I was like, oh, this motherfucker. I don't know if I like him or if I hate him. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I found myself rooting for you, and when we watch this stuff, we're reacting to what we see. We're live. There's no script here. There's no bullshit. If you catch one of us like losing our mind over something, it's because we're genuinely losing our mind. And it was one of those situations where I was excited for you because
Thank you.
we had the opportunity to sit down and watch. We went down the rabbit hole, and we saw that content, and then we saw that live show. And on the Down the Rabbit Hole show, we had a couple of matches that did feature you and did feature Mr. Money. So we were kind of familiar with the styles at that point. But that just goes to show that within such a short period, you guys can wrap people into what you're doing. And truthfully, that's
100%.
That's the win. And if you can wrap one, you can wrap more. And I say all that to say, congratulations on picking up the championship. It was a treat to be able to watch.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I worked hard for it, and I get to run with the strap now. Let's see what happens. Big things are coming. Let's see.
Goth, go ahead, bud.
I want to second that championship win that you got on that last show that we were streaming. I had to say that I was really excited for it because I'm a big fan of Romeo Valentino. I'm also a big fan of you and Mr. Money. So I knew that everybody was in that match was going to deliver something big, and especially because it was also the first time for Toddy, who's also working for us, to get an open a view for African Wrestling Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little bit shocked with the heel turn. I felt like it was going to be coming one day for Valentino, but I felt like it was a great match. So congratulations once again. Um, is there any of these of the people that are currently on the roster that you feel like could be like a future contender for that belt? Like you got Romeo Valentino, of course, and Mr. Money. But is there anybody else on this roster that you feel like you would love to get into the ring with for that belt?
Yeah, 100%. Revive, you can add him to the list. The
Yeah.
tightrope walking, moonsaulting,
Mm-hmm.
son of a gun. Mad Jack Maverick. He's just on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. He's also one of my mentors that trained me. There's a third match in the ropes there that I'm looking forward to. If I can take the title out the picture for a second, an exhibition that I would love to do, just because we both graduates of 2016, Mike Zander and myself, we've never faced one another. And I know it's
Oh.
totally different weight classes, but I think we would put on one stunner of a match, definitely. But Werner the Wolf Pretorius as well. That kid, that youngster, he's far beyond his years. And I think we can put on a banger. And he might be green. But there's this good chemistry there. What's his name? JSK. That
Mm-hmm.
that Romeo turned on, definitely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's a cruiserweight, heavyweight, but there's also good potential for both of the takeover. Bring them on, Alex Prince and Chad LeBron. I mean, anybody can get it if they so wish. But yeah, there's a lot of prospects. There's a lot of chemistry there that can go down with
I
JV
am
100%.
such a fan of the takeover, and the
Yeah,
fact that I love the fact that they used a heart attack as a finish, and I'm a throwback
yeah,
guy, bro.
yeah,
It's a throwback
yeah.
guy. I did not. I would tell you, they'll probably see this, and fuck it, I don't care. I was not a fan of at all until I saw them beat somebody with a heart attack, and I went,
Yeah,
I'm now their fan. I can just appreciate the fact that
love it.
you just threw to the Brett in the anvil. I can't hate you now. There's nothing that you can do
Yeah.
that will cause me to lash out in any kind of way, shape, or form.
One thing about Sean, our big man Sean, he's always taught us to, if there's racing that we do, always watch old school racing, watch it with the sound off so we can get the pointers, I mean, a lot of stuff that I get was from watching old school Dean Malenko and British Bulldog, you know?
Yep.
That's all old school things that we watch and we get from. So I actually hope Alex and Chad are watching to get that compliment. They'll be like, they know they're doing something right
Yeah.
over there because they're also fairly new, but they are breaking walls. They are breaking
Well,
walls.
truly,
Definitely.
all you guys are, to be fair, right? Like, I mean, bigger picture here. Like, obviously, Palazzio and Sean are doing something right with the training that they're
Oh,
putting
they're
on out
doing.
there.
Oh,
Like, you
no
have
doubt.
these young stars, and this is something I was talking to Johnny about. Like, what to me is so cool is that this thing is building and it's growing exponentially at this point. You have so many young, talented guys that are coming out of this facility, that are coming out of this training, like at a higher rate now than ever before, which means that the next 15 to 20 years of the AWA is pretty much set in stone if we don't fuck anything up. And it means that we're going to be sitting
Yes, sir.
really pretty moving forward when you got guys like you got guys like Valentino, you got guys like JSK, The Takeover, Mr. Money as a vet. You've got Palazzio as a vet. You've got so much things happening there that it's just it's got to be not a matter of if, but a matter of when this thing pops in a bigger way for you guys. That's a testament to everything that's going on down there, which leads me to a really good question. If you had somebody that was in your neck of the woods that's trying to get into, you have to convince them to get into, not necessarily convince them, but you wanted to point them in the direction of the AWA, how would you sell them on going to the training school?
I mean, someone that would that would want to become a wrestler.
Yes. How would you say, hey, this is where you need to go without saying, I mean, you got to put these guys over. How explaining Palazzio and the training situation and how they get you guys ready?
Well, to be honest, without even focusing on the training, if you can say my generation, all the guys that are coming up from my generation, we almost every kid, like I'm 30 now, but I'd say the ages from, let's say, from 25 to 30, I'd say even 20 to 35. We are all huge wrestling fans. We all watch WWE, all watch AEW, all watch indie wrestling. Or like most people that you speak to here. And most times when they find out that we do wrestling here in Cape Town and they come and watch the shows, they're like, we didn't know this existed over here. Sometimes they don't understand how the product can be that entertaining or on that level here where we live, basically. So people that want to come and train and want to try out, or most times people that either come to shows or are big fans of wrestling already. So in a sense, it's not really anything to sell. It's just they basically ask what does training consist of? How many times a week do we do? What do we have to do to stay committed? And the one thing that I normally say is first and foremost, you show up. Show up for yourself, know that you want to be there, be accountable, and be coachable, and you go from there. And that's about it. Most people I know from where I am, they just love wrestling. They didn't know we had wrestling, and now that the opportunity is out there for them, they just come through.
I do want to take a moment and point out the fact that even I, at 40, almost 43 years old, can still learn. Johnny has officially given me credit. I've pronounced his name correctly. So there, I got to pat myself on the back because it happened. I want to go to the moment, to the match with you and Money when you're winning the championship, and kind of want to pick your brain a little bit about what you were feeling
Sure.
the moment that 3 count happened and that it's official. Like it's never official until the bell rings. So
Yeah.
when you get that opportunity, and was this your first championship there? That's something that I do not know.
We have something called we have a rumble as well, what you win from the rumble is kind of like a money in the bank situation, like the golden ticket type of thing, and you can get an opportunity in that type of thing. I won that way long back, but I never really executed on that. But yeah, this is my first major title win. This is my first major title win. And I know when I first started, I remember, I think about 2 years after I started on my 21st birthday, I was sitting with my family. And my sister told me to write down on this napkin, what is the one thing you want, like in the next couple of years or so. And on that little piece of napkin, I wrote, I would like to be Cruiserweight Champion one day. And I was fortunate enough after that 3 count happened, I think when you were watching the live stream, just before I went back, there was some people on the right side of the screen. That was actually my family, my mother, my sister. And as I went out, she actually pulled out that piece of napkin that she still had. And it said that broke me in the best ways, I mean, it's like, I know it doesn't matter how long it took, but it was full circle, and I was just like, wow, Cooper, you did something, And I mean, when that 3 count happened, I just sat there for a moment, and I'm like, I just got handed the strap. I mean, and the real work starts now, but I mean, everybody has a story and all of that. I'm like, wow, this is like part of my comeback story, and I'm getting the ball and I'm rolling with it, and I'm just looking around and I'm like, wow, this is like, thank you. I mean, what you see, speechless. Like, wow.
You got a jam-packed crowd. This was a moment. It was something that, again, took me by surprise as we were watching it live. And really and truly, let me tell you something. I had to pull some fucking strings to even air that on my channel. I was like, oh no, guys, because like they want. Yeah, I don't want to put the show out. I don't put shows out. Like if we watch
Yeah.
something that's live, A, we do it with permission, but B, I don't release it.
Yeah.
I don't release it for 3 to 6 months. I'll sit on it. But what I will do is I'll take a lot of clips and I'll put those clips and I'll forward it to you need to find the full show at, in this case, AWA YouTube. Here's the link to try and direct traffic that way. But we had the opportunity to sit down and do it. My chat went fucking crazy. It was one of those moments that you could feel like it was a part of history and that something special was happening there. But to hear that your sister, and you have to do me the biggest favor in the world right now. The next time you see your
I shall,
sister,
sir.
I want you to give her a big fucking hug and tell her from CCP Podcasting that we say thank you because you had a moment right there professionally, but you got to mix that with a personal moment that is something that's very rare.
100%.
And you will. It's not. I'm not gonna say that it'll never happen again, but it's one of those things that are very few and far between, and that is special. So, and the fact that she remembered that, and you said that you just turned 30 not too long ago, right? Am I right by saying you're 30? So she held
Yes,
that for
sir.
9 years. For 9 years, and knew that at some point in time that was going to be a moment. So you need to give her a big hug and a big thank you for us because not everybody would do something like that, and that's special. Like that would have made me fucking cry. I would have lost my shit if I would have known. Even if I would have known watching the stream, and I'm gonna go back now and I'm gonna watch just to see if I can see it. And if I see it, I'm probably gonna lose my shit. But that's just something that's so special. And I appreciate her for that.
Yeah, you have my word. I definitely will. I mean, I got quite choked up about it, you know. I mean, it was a blessing because I didn't know that the whole family was going to be there. I mean, the whole family was going to be there. I mean, father hasn't been there in a couple of years. Mom hasn't been there in a couple of years, and to have my brother-in-law and my sister there as well was just it was, you know, the timing, how things just.
Yep.
Yeah, but you have my word, 100%.
What's cool about that is, as while I wasn't there to physically experience that. I had the opportunity not too long ago I live in Florida over here in the United States, and I'm about an hour and a half outside of Orlando, so I had an opportunity to drive down to see a student show over here, and their first women's champion was being crowned, and she's from Puerto Rico. Her whole family, the first row on one side of the ring, which they had 25 chairs on one side, was all family members. What made that so special was being able to see and feel that reaction, because when she won the championship, which she didn't know she was winning, the powers that be told them one thing and told the participants that, hey, when you do this inside cradle, hook her legs, don't kick out, let the three happen. So she had a genuine reaction. She got to share that with her family, and I got to see that, and I got to witness that, and I got to feel that. It's a totally different level of just, it's hard to explain unless you're there. But it had to be a moment. I'm so glad that you got to experience something like that too, because it's truly not something that you would get to have all the time, but it is something that in your career that you're going to be able to carry on for forever. So you're never going to forget that. Not only you got the first title win, you get this moment on top of it, dude. I don't know how we're beating that, but we're going to try. Goth, go ahead.
Oh man, how am I going to beat a question like that and a moment like this? Again, also, like Paige said, give her a big hug for everybody in CCP podcast, because we all love professional wrestling and moments like this. I do want to turn a little bit more back to the whole character of what you're portraying, the C4 character. You're currently now a babyface. Is there ever a moment that you feel like you want to try to go take this character and become a heel again?
Don't you dare!
How would you like to?
Don't you fucking dare put that out in the world right
I'm
now.
not allowed to ask that question. My bad.
We don't want heel Jay just yet. We gotta let babyface Jay run for a second. I'm just fucking with you.
It's a 10-year progress.
Go ahead, Goth. I'm just playing with you.
Let's see. I mean, The babyface thing, I mean, when I tried out the heel thing, I had thought it was much easier than to be a babyface, but I think now that the whole C4 gimmick is kind of sticking with the crowd to be a babyface, let's keep it around for now. I mean, it's working. It's working.
And here's the thing.
Let's wait and see.
Here's the thing. The more over you get as a babyface, the more they are going to fucking despise you when you turn heel. And
Yes,
vice versa. The more they hate you as a heel when you flip, the more they are going to fucking love you. I could never do the babyface role. That just wasn't my thing. It was easier. Put a microphone in my hand and I'm gonna make you hate me. I'm gonna make you want to punch me in the face. I'm gonna make you I can do that very well. It's just comes natural. I'm a natural smartass. That's all I know how to say. Like I am just a natural smartass. I tried initially. Like I did polar opposite. You tried to be a heel previously, early in your earlier career. I tried to be a babyface when I first started. But then when I realized that, wait a minute, it's so much easier for me to get you to hate me than it is for me to have to get you to love me. I made the flip, and buddy, I never looked back. I was a heel for 5 years, and then it even on our shows, depending on what we're doing, I can easily be the baby face or easily be the heel. But it's all in good fun. But when that moment does come, and you know, Sean and JP are smart. When it comes, boy howdy, if it comes. Let me say if it comes. Because I don't ever.
If
want to
right.
say if it comes, it's going to be one of those moments. It'd be like, what the fuck?
What did we just witness?
When I look at like potential, like for me, dream matches that I'd like, well, I don't say dream matches, but matches in general that I'd like to see you have now that you are the Cruiserweight Champion. You did mention a name earlier that it resonates because I do think this guy's got something too, was JSK. Have y'all hooked up before in the ring? If so, what did that look like to you? And is that, I just see the styles that you two have, it just feels like it would mesh like, you know, peanut butter and fucking jelly. It just seems like it's gonna
go. I'll start up by saying this. Watch this space. Watch this space. I totally agree with you. We tied up a tag team match. I think it was just after Battle for Glory. Yeah, it was just after Battle for Glory. It was myself and Wolfram Fish against JSK and Romeo. There was actually a bit of.
I think we saw that one.
We watched that.
Yeah. So that's when we tied up, and I do remember when we locked up initially at the beginning of the match. You could actually smell the chemistry there of what could happen, you know. So JSK, Jay Cooper, that match, even if it's not for the Cruiserweight title, there is some big moments that can happen in that match. There is very good chemistry there. I mean, I know I won't pull back the curtain or nothing like that, but training and all of that, at training, he's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. When I see what he can do, and what I know I'm capable of, there's definite potential. There's more than definite potential for an amazing match between us both. And I hope it is down in the pipeline.
What I love about this entire situation right now is, you know, when it comes to like a Cruiserweight Championship in general, if you don't have enough quote unquote cruiserweights, then the division isn't really much. What the AWA has is there's plenty of people who fall into that cruiserweight, quote unquote, if you will, area or championship, to where it could be a who's who, and you are all really crushing it on so many levels right now. I think you with the strap, because I think Money had it for a hot minute. I think you with the strap now opens up so many fresh matches for the championship that I don't think you can miss. I don't think that there's a direction that you could go that won't be fucking good.
I agree. I definitely agree. I feel because Money is a vet, like your Mad Jack Mavericks and your Johnny Palazzios and things like that. I think I might be one of the new guys from let's say from the 2010s, graduates of the 2010s, late 2010s, and all of that that is holding the strap, who does have the blessing to hold the strap, you know. And I mean, what you said about the opportunities at fresh matches and fresh talents. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, it would definitely put us more on the map than we are already, you know, because we do want to bring more. We already have impact. We have hard impact. We have hard impact. But for let's say freshness, you know, and for new opportunities and for uh, brand new matchups and new stories, there's big possibilities, big possibilities.
I I see it. I see it. I mean, I've already bought into it. I've already said my piece on it in that regard. I think that that the world should stop sleeping on what you guys got going on down there because it's catching, and it's catching in a pretty big way. And you guys have all worked your asses off to get to this point as a company and as individuals and growing your market, which is kind of where I want to go to next. Is you've been attached to this since you were 17, so on and off for the last 13 years, give or take. What's that growth look like for you from your perspective? When I mean by growth, I'm talking about like company, crowds, uh, the scene in general in Cape Town. How has it evolved over the years, and what would you attribute to the boom in your neck of the woods?
Uh, I would say for the past 11 years, I'd say starting out, it was just the basic shows. I've definitely noticed an uproar or an increase of amount of people that do come to our shows. We used to do a lot of road shows. We would go around the province, Western Cape, to see or to put on shows, to put on matches that people were drawn to. It used to be a yearly thing and that type of thing. And I would say, yeah, the bold has just increased over the years. I mean, we have had a show, I would say maybe 3 or 4 years going into it. We had a show at what we call the Grand West Arena where we um, collaborated with some American wrestlers. I think, you know, Amber Nova, Tava, Briscoe, that type of thing. And that was a success. And then going on to, I'd say now in the 2020s, just after COVID, when everybody was allowed to go to shows, go to training again, I think Sean and Johnny Palazzio had the privilege to connect with the right people, especially now in the 2020s, to get the ball rolling, to get the opportunities, because they noticed the talent and what we are capable to do, and we needed to bring it to fresh eyes. So, in that sense, I would say um, bigger things are coming uh, that I know and that I don't know. But you can just feel the rumble in the air. The amount of people that come to shows nowadays, people are asking questions, people are asking for more shows. They are hungry to see what's next. They want to see our product. They're excited about our product. Um, and yeah, I would say the next, I would not even say the next decade, I say the next 365, I think they'll be, will be as bright as the sun, let's say, you know? The end
I
of, let's say, end of 2026, I think you'll see a whole new AWA. Definitely.
I am here for it. I'm going to be along for that ride as much as possible. At least our channel will for the foreseeable future, man. Because you guys, like I said, I don't mean to beat a dead horse. You guys are doing something. There's something going on there, and you know, I always say, "Who am I?" But then I sit back and look at it. I'm the guy who's watching everything on every continent. I'm the guy that's going out of my way to find professional wrestling because there are hidden gems everywhere. And the proof is in the pudding wherever we stumble into. And not everything hooks us, and not everything keeps our attention. Not everything is good. We don't ever discuss the bad. We don't ever discuss, there are plenty of companies out there that we won't watch again or that we won't. No, I just can't. And I'm not gonna go out of my way to trash it because at the end of the day, wrestling is wrestling, and somebody likes it somewhere, and that is perfectly fine.
Mhm.
That captivates us is what you guys have going on. It truly is something that you need to sit back and watch and take in. And I truly do feel that the momentum, which has been building for years, is really starting to kick it into that next gear. And if you've got your home base crowd is clamoring for more, pardon my French, that's a pretty fucking good place to be in. If they're wanting to see more, that's you right there. It's the palm of the hand, and that means that you guys are sitting pretty. I do want to ask you this. Got a couple more questions, and we'll start winding things down here. I want to ask you, for you specifically, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years or so? Where would you like to see your career get to? What's your 5-year plan for Jay? What's that look like for Jay Cooper?
Two words: heel turn. No, I'm joking. No, for the next 5 years. For the next 5 years, well, I'm kind of just going with it at the moment with this cruiserweight run. I'd say for the first year, but in the next, I'd say 2 to 3 years, I would like to get a lick of the international scene, even if it's just once or twice. You know what I mean? I'm not hoping for to like shoot for the shoot up past the moon or for the stars or anything. Like, I love wrestling. Um, but I would like to have like a match or two over if I was blessed enough to do so. I do really, really, like I was speaking about the boom of wrestling here in Cape Town and in South Africa. I would really like to be a part of that. I mean, if it's gonna be as big as I think it is, and how AWA is going, I would love to be a part of that. I'd say even for the next like 4 or 5 years, if everything lines up, the stars line up, it's gonna be something to behold. I mean, first year. I mean, this year, especially with matchups, I was kind of keeping my feet in the soil. Trying to ground myself, trying to understand what a cruiserweight champion needs to be, not just to keep the strap, but like how to portray yourself properly as someone that has been uh, given the responsibility to be the champion. As well as, let's say, year two, if things do explode, then take that with me, and be one of those inaugural people that actually help take the company and take it to flight. So if everything goes well and we boom, which I have big faith, no pun intended, but the boom, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out into the universe and say that at least in the Cape Town area, you guys need TV. That needs to be the next thing. Something happening over the next couple of years. You guys need to get on TV in your local markets. If you're going to get back on TV in your local markets, it's going to be such a. I say it's the little snowball on top of the mountain that starts to roll.
Yeah.
And as it rolls, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, I think this is going to be a fantastic ride, and you're 100% correct. Getting the championship's one thing. Now you got to keep it. Now you got to find a way to keep yourself on that level, to be that measuring stick, to be that guy that is one of the champions that is carrying the company. Let's be fair. That's what this is, and it's a testing ground. You've got yourself. You've got Palazzio as running with the world's title right now. It's pretty good company, to say the very least. And I want to ask you this. Actually, before I do, Goff, let me come around to you. Do you have another question or anything you want to ask?
Yeah, I was kind of interested to see, just a follow up to Paige's question, how you like to see yourself in a couple of years or so. You mentioned international. Is there, like, you got so many different possibilities nowadays with international promotions, not just the big WWE or AEW or whatever. Where do you vision yourself to go to the most? Is it Japan? Is it Europe? Is it England? Is it America?
I dream that it could be Japan. I don't know.
I
Japan would be my thing.
I fucking knew
It's
that.
similar to our
feeling.
style.
I
But
had
realistically, actually, I would say I could do England. I could do something in England, definitely, but Japan. I think you saw that on my face.
I did.
Definitely.
I did. we've got some friends in both areas, so it's the beautiful thing about having an international platform today. And so you meet so many people, promoters, talents, everybody that comes our way, and that we approach. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing, and we're all about networking and doing long term shit, man. It's my mind for this channel is I don't ever want to do something one time. If I do a project with somebody, I want them to be able to come back and want to come back and do more. I want to be able to continue to showcase what's going on in the area and in your neck of the woods. That's one of the most gratifying things that I get on this channel with what we've done with our view on independent wrestling is being able to draw an audience from everywhere, from all corners of the globe, and them say, that was really good, and we probably wouldn't have seen that if we weren't watching what was going on your channel. So it's not only introducing us to what's going on with AWA as the example here, and to introducing ourselves to you and your work, and Johnny and his work, and everyone attached to it. It's the audience that says, that's good. I'm now following their channels. I'm going to go and check them out. I wouldn't have known this existed if I didn't stumble into what you were doing and how you guys were watching it. That's a big win. And the beautiful thing about professional wrestling, it always has a way of bringing people together.
Yes, it does.
I have what I like to call my $1 million questions coming up. And what
Okay.
I mean by $1 million
On you.
questions, $1 million questions are very, very. Your answers are clipped, and I'm going to put them out into the universe, and we're going to try and manifest shit. That's what we're going to call. We'll call this manifestation corner.
Let's go.
This will now be the
Let's do
segment
it.
of this show. Will be manifestation corner. If again, wrestling's booming everywhere. There's a hell of a lot of tremendous talent in all parts of the world, everywhere. If you could get into the ring with anybody on the independent scene, who are some people that you would like to work with? Who are some people that you would definitely want to mix it up with?
Whoa, that is on the spot.
That's a loaded question. I mean,
Whoa,
We know how to hit them.
It can be anyone.
it can be
It
anyone.
can be anyone.
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 Serious? I would say Osprey. I'd love to take on Osprey. That's way up there. I would love because I have been watching his a lot of his training videos. You guys know AR Fox?
Yes, I do.
From I think it's AW. Yeah, I like his movement. I would actually, if I had it my way, I'd actually like to go to this school by Sean Spears.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to tie it up with Sean Spears or what was his name? He also runs the school. Tyler Breeze or what's his name? Tyler Breeze, yeah.
Tyler Breeze,
Yeah.
yes, yep.
Them luchadors I'd like to go against as well. I mean, I love the lucha style, the way that you can flow around the ring and just do certain things. But then you get Japan as well, just like the technicalities,
Mm-hmm.
It's a thin line to cross on which way you want to go. I mean, if I had my way when it came to technicalities, I think he's still in Japan at the moment. What's his name? You really put me on the spot here, Chris.
I did. I can bail you out real quick because I have a couple of names in my head. And
Go for it.
You watch
Please
so many people. I think that I could see you mixing it up with Kid Lycos out of Progress Wrestling out of the UK. I think that would be fucking fantastic. I could also see you in your style and knowing that Leon Slater is signed to TNA, but based over in the
Leon.
UK. I think that you two would mix it up very well. I think that your styles would complement each other. To me, that would be my Jesus Christ moment for you right now. If I saw you and Slater in the same ring, I would probably lose my shit. Over on Japan, and I know that he's not necessarily signed anywhere, and maybe you might not see it, Goth, you might not see it, but Ninja Mac, I could see you and Ninja Mac doing something. Ninja Mac just went viral, actually, like last
Yeah,
year.
with the backflips, right?
Yes, he's a follower of the
Yeah.
channel.
Whoa.
He's a good dude. He's a good brother. I followed his career for the last several years. I could see you guys doing some good stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, the list goes on and on. If you want to go down to Australia, I could see you and Ricky Utami. I could see you and fucking Chris Basso, Matt Hayter, Dean Brady. Here in the States, man, oh, that's a who's who, brother. I can go all day. I can go all day. I got so many people that you would mix so
Don't
well
forget to
with.
send me that list, eh?
I
Thank you.
don't.
If we're also busy, I can throw in a couple of names as well.
Sure, go ahead.
We did a
LeBlanc.
we did a spotlight Aigle LeBlanc.
There you
He's
go.
a French French cruiserweight, but he can also mix technicalities with everybody. I watched a match with him between him and Michael Oku. We watched a match with him and Mustafa Ali. Just Mike Bailey, people like that, and he was amazing. There's also I believe from Hungary, Peter Koranyi, who's doing a lot of things in Germany as well as England and Austria, stuff like that. So just to name a few guys in Europe, we got friends from Portugal who just are going crazy at this point. They have monthly shows going on. So yeah, what Paige says, we could just go throw up a list of names and just have a great match with. It's gonna be
I'll
awesome.
make sure I'll send you my email address so I can get that list of names. I've got some work to do.
JP says David Finley Jr. versus Jay Cooper, and that was a few minutes ago in the chat.
Hey.
Yeah.
David Finley, Dave, yeah, he was. I think he was there just before I started. Before he went over to Japan.
Yeah.
That's Foot Finley's son, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was at the AWA. He cut his teeth there as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that would be a matchup. I'd take that any day.
Yeah, buddy.
He's doing well. He's doing really well.
The backside of that $1 million question, I guess that's the $500,000 question. This will be.
Let's go.
We've talked a little bit about some people that you would mesh so well with in the ring. From your perspective, and this is one of those questions that could have one answer, it could have 3 answers, it could have 7 answers. It doesn't matter. And specifically in the South African scene is how I have to kind of preface this and I'm gonna tell you why I asked this question once you give me your answer. I always say, who should I be watching? And what I mean by that is in your area, in your state, your continent, what have you. We know that there's obviously wrestling with the AWA. There's other independents there that we may not know, we may not have an idea of. But who should we be watching? Who are guys in your neck of the woods that we should be going out of our way to see that we haven't already seen, I guess?
To be honest, when it comes to the independent scene in our country, I'm not too familiar with much.
Okay.
My hard focus and love has always been with AWA, but if I have to speak from my neck of the woods, I'd say for the next, 10 to 15 years, you watch JSK. That kid has something,
Mm-hmm.
And Romeo, you watch Romeo. Romeo, he has, I think you both will agree with me when I say that gent has that it factor. You know what I mean? He has it. He has it. Definitely. Chandler, the takeover as well. And Mike Zander, definitely. That guy, he has been over before. He has had a taste of that, so he does bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of fresh ideas and things to the Fed. But those that I mentioned above, like I said, I'm excited for the future of AWA. I am blessed to be a part of the AWA. Let's just say that, to be a cog in that greater wheel. Wow, like goosebumps, goosebumps right now.
I mean,
wow.
It's going to be a fantastic ride that you guys are about to take it, and all the success that's going to come your way. You all deserve it. You deserve every bit of it. You guys have worked your asses off to get to where you're at, and you're going to continue to work your asses off because complacency is not a thing. I can tell you
Not
this.
at all.
I am a very good judge of character, and I'm a very good judge of people. And after I've sat down and had a conversation with JP, and I've sat down and had a conversation with you, good things happen to good people, and that's why success is about to come your way. Truly, a lot of success.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you for that.
you guys are layering this out, and if this is just the indication of what's happening with the AWA and the talent that's attached to it, and the guys that are producing it and running the shows, success is it's inevitable. There's no getting around it, and you should welcome it with open arms. And to know that we have been able to play such a small part in getting able to introduce you guys to our audience, and hopefully get some follows and some maybe able to talk subscribes on YouTube for AWA. That kind of stuff is what we look for. Is kind of the growth to know that at least we're doing something that is promoting you guys and getting you out there to people that that should see you. You should see what you're doing. Goth, let me circle around to you, and we'll get ready to wrap it up.
First of all, Jay Cooper, I want to say thank you for this opportunity that we could just sit down with you. It's always great to sit with somebody from, doesn't matter where in the world. It's always great to have to share and to get their knowledge from what they've gone through into their career to get where they are right now and where you want to go. So thank you for all of that. It was great. And it's just amazing that we, like Paige said, we stumbled into AWA a couple of months ago for down the rabbit hole, and now we're just 2 more interviews in, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of more. And I just want to say it's great to see how wrestling just opens its arms for us and we towards them. So it's for both sides. And I'm looking forward to see what the future will bring for the AWA and for us. And I hope it's going to be bringing a lot of new faces for you in the AWA so that you can grow and hopefully to do some more with international companies or whatever. So thank you again, and hopefully we get to see each other again in the future.
Chris, Goth, thank you very much for having me on this podcast and to allow me to broaden my horizon when it comes to wrestling and the fan base. Like you said, wrestling brings everybody together. And I mean,
That's why we always
both of you said, I hope we get to speak again. The real question is, when are you guys coming down to Cape Town to watch us live, you know?
Well,
When that needs to happen.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that. It's funny you mention that because old Papa Page is in the process of getting his passport ready. Because I've promised some friends in Australia that I would come down for a show. I've promised some folks over in the UK that I would come by for some shows, and I will get to Cape Town to get down for a show. I just got to plot and plan this international travel out. I have to cross-pollinate with work in the real world, but it's going to happen.
Let's manifest and get it done.
It's going
Here we
to
go.
happen. It's going to happen. And I do want to say this, Mr. Cooper, man, I appreciate you coming in and just sitting down and chit-chatting with us and having a good
Thank
time.
you.
Time is very valuable. It's a Saturday evening for you. And, for us, it's Saturday midday. It's been an honor and a pleasure midday for me. Shut up, Goth. I wasn't talking about you. Honor and a pleasure to have you on, and definitely we kind of leave a lot of meat on the bone, so that if we ever want to circle around, or you ever want to come back on and do one of our shows, if you want to do another live show with us,
anytime,
you say the word, or I'll always circle around and say, hey man, what's your schedule look like? You're welcome to. Our door's always open. And you couldn't have been such a more than a cool dude. This has been a very good conversation. I appreciate you coming in and
thanks a lot. You guys too. You mind if I plug the next show?
You
for you guys to see?
Right ahead. You go. The floor is yours.
Okay, so as you know, thanks a lot, Chris. So as you know, it's actually been a year. Well, this next show would be the year anniversary since that first match with me and Mr. Money, eh?
Yeah.
So Coming full circle now again, the 1st of July, Tuesday the 1st of July, Paris Civic Center. AWA will be presenting Battle for Glory, where your 20-man battle royal does happen, where every over the top rope, I think the winner does get that golden ticket opportunity to face either myself, Werner, who is the lightweight champion, or Johnny Palazzio, that is our All-Africa heavyweight champion. It will be broadcast on YouTube. All of us will throw it on our socials. We know these gents at the podcast will be watching us very closely. And yeah, come and watch us and come enjoy some very, very, very good, some hard style, rough style, very entertaining wrestling with AWA and yours truly, Jay Cooper.
And if you're coming off of the last show and you know where the stories are headed, or you think you know where the stories are headed, you know that this is going to shape up to be one hell of a show. I know that we're going to be
Yes, indeed.
watching. We'll be cutting some clips. As a matter of fact, funny story. When we watched back the last show live on YouTube, like I cut clips as on these live shows as I go, like as I'm just doing all kinds of shit. Your video, when I say yours, I mean the AWA's video, was the first clip video that I'd ever done of clips that I just pulled from our live show and tried to turn it around to push it to the YouTube page for the AWA. And I think it got a hell of hits, and it was the first time I ever did it. And I went, I've been doing this. What it made me realize is I've been doing this shit the wrong way for so long, and now I started doing it the right way. And all it took was them for to say, hey, don't air the show. And I'm like, I got you, man. I wasn't gonna do that anyway. I was just gonna air it to who's here watching it, man. Like that's just how we roll. Hey guys, the easiest way that you can support independent wrestling, the easiest way is to like, share, follow, subscribe where you can. And for Jay Cooper, it's super simple. He's over on Instagram. It is Cooper C4. I promise you, you're going to want to go out of your way. Give him a follow. While you're at it, go ahead and look up Africa Wrestling Alliance. Give them a follow as well. All that will be down below if you're watching on YouTube in the video description. So definitely hit that like. Go give Jay a follow. Check out what he's got going on. Check out what's going on down in South Africa and Cape Town. You're not going to be disappointed. They've got some really good things going on. I encourage you to go out of your way to follow and make that happen. You too will be in the know of everything that's going on with Mr. Cooper and with the AWA. Again, pleasure, sir. I can't thank you enough for coming on this evening.
Thank you, sir.
4.
Thank you, Garth, as well.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Hope to see you guys soon, yeah?
Yes, you shall be coming back. And if you're not, that makes me sad. But I fully hope I can see
I'll
you
definitely be back.
That makes me happy now. For Mr. Jay Cooper, for the sexiest man in the Netherlands, Mr. Sexy Goth, I am Chris Page. We will see you next time.